Jupiter is not just a planet. It is a generator of cosmic force. Look up at the night sky long enough, and eventually your eyes will settle on a bright wandering light that seems calmer than the others. Ancient astronomers called it a king, a guardian, a god among planets. Jupiter. From Earth, it appears almost peaceful, glowing softly like a lantern suspended in darkness. Through a telescope, its colored bands look like brushstrokes across a cosmic painting. Elegant, mesmerizing, but do not let beauty deceive you, because Jupiter is not a world you visit, it is a world you disappear into. And tonight, I want you to imagine something few people ever dare to picture. I want you to imagine falling into it, not observing from afar, not flying safely past it, falling. No rescue, no turning back. Just you and gravity pulling you toward the largest planet in our solar system. At first, the journey feels almost serene. Jupiter hangs before you, enormous beyond comprehension. Over 11 Earths could line up across its diameter. More than 1,300 Earths could fit inside it. Its mass outweighs every other planet combined. You are not approaching a planet. You are approaching a force. The moment you drift too close, Jupiter begins to claim you. Its gravity is not merely stronger than Earth's. It is overwhelming, like an invisible ocean current dragging you toward a waterfall you cannot escape. And yet, from a distance, you still see beauty. Vast stripes of cream, amber, rust, and white wrap around the planet. Swirling storms paint the atmosphere in hypnotic motion. Then your eyes find it. The Great Red Spot, a storm so enormous that 2 or 3 Earths could vanish inside it without touching the edges. This storm has been raging for at least 300 years, possibly longer than modern civilization itself. Imagine a hurricane that never dies. Winds exceeding 400 miles per hour, tearing through clouds that stretch higher than any mountain humanity has ever climbed. You are still thousands of kilometers away, yet already Jupiter is teaching you your first lesson. Size is not just impressive. Sometimes it is terrifying. As you fall closer, sunlight begins to fade. Jupiter sits 5 times farther from the sun than Earth does. The warmth of home is now nothing more than memory. The cloud tops rush upward to meet you. Bands of color sharpen into towering walls of vapor. Lightning begins to flicker deep within the atmosphere, illuminating monstrous formations that twist and collapse in slow motion. Each lightning bolt is many times more powerful than those on Earth. This is not weather. This is planetary violence. Now you cross the threshold. There is no surface to greet you, no ground waiting beneath your feet. Jupiter is a gas giant, meaning the deeper you go, the thicker the atmosphere becomes. Falling into Jupiter is less like skydiving and more like sinking into an endless ocean of air that slowly transforms into something far stranger. The winds seize you first. Jet streams scream past at hundreds of miles per hour. Turbulence tosses you like a leaf caught inside a cosmic tornado. You cannot orient yourself. Up and down lose meaning. Pressure begins to climb. On Earth, your body is perfectly tuned to one atmosphere of pressure. Descend just a few kilometers underwater and the force alone becomes dangerous. Here, the pressure multiplies rapidly. 5 times Earth's pressure. 10, 20. Breathing would already be impossible. Your lungs could not expand. Every fragile air pocket inside you would compress, and still you continue downward. The colors fade around you. Bright creams and reds surrender to deeper browns, then charcoal grays. Sunlight struggles to penetrate the dense layers above until eventually it disappears completely. You are falling through eternal night. Pause for a moment and think about what that means psychologically. Humans evolved beneath open skies. We are creatures of horizons and sunlight. Darkness unsettles something ancient within us. Now imagine a darkness so thick that no dawn will ever break it. Jupiter is showing you another truth. The universe does not guarantee light. Then comes the rain, not water, ammonia, possibly mixed with other chemicals so cold and toxic they would destroy human tissue instantly. droplets slash sideways through hurricane winds. Lightning explodes again, briefly revealing cloud structures the size of continents rising around you. You might wonder how deep this atmosphere goes. Scientists believe the recognizable cloud layers extend roughly 1,000 kilometers downward. 1,000 kilometers of storm. Let that sink into your mind. On Earth, if you could drive straight upward, you would reach space in about 100 kilometers. Jupiter's chaos stretches 10 times deeper, and still you fall. The pressure becomes crushing beyond human comprehension, hundreds of times greater than what you feel at sea level, eventually thousands. No human body could survive even a fraction of this descent. Technology itself begins to fail under such conditions. Spacecraft sent toward Jupiter are designed knowing they will be destroyed. That is the definition of hostile, a place so extreme that even our greatest machines cannot endure it. Yet Jupiter is not finished. Because as you descend further, something extraordinary begins to happen to the very hydrogen surrounding you. Hydrogen is the simplest element in the universe. On Earth, it is a harmless gas. But here, under unimaginable pressure, it transforms. The gas compresses into a liquid. You are now sinking through an ocean of liquid hydrogen tens of thousands of kilometers deep. No waves, no shorelines, just endless, dense fluids stretching into darkness. And deeper still, physics itself starts behaving differently. Pressure climbs into the millions of times what you experience on Earth. Hydrogen atoms are squeezed so tightly that electrons break free, creating something almost impossible to picture. Liquid metallic hydrogen, a substance that conducts electricity like metal while flowing like water. Imagine an entire planetary ocean made of electrified metal. This churning metallic layer is what generates Jupiter's magnetic field, the most powerful of any planet. It extends millions of kilometers into space, forming a radiation environment so lethal it could kill an unprotected astronaut in minutes. Jupiter is not just a planet, it is a generator of cosmic force. And now, perhaps you begin to understand why falling into it is not an adventure. It is a one-way journey. But here is where the fear becomes philosophical rather than physical, because Jupiter destroys one of humanity's deepest illusions, the illusion of control. On Earth, we tame rivers, race towers, cross oceans, and split atoms. It is easy to believe we have mastered our environment. Then you look at Jupiter, and humility returns instantly. There are powers in this universe that do not notice us, do not adjust for us, and do not care whether we survive. Yet strangely, that realization is not meant to crush your spirit. It is meant to awaken it. Because when you understand how violent the universe can be, you begin to see how rare and miraculous your existence truly is. Think about it. Out of all the hostile worlds we have discovered, you were born in one where rain is gentle, gravity is survivable, and the sky does not try to destroy you. Normal is a gift. Safety is a miracle we rarely pause to appreciate. And Jupiter, in all its terrifying grandeur, becomes a reminder. You are living on an island of stability in a cosmic ocean that is anything but calm. But we are only halfway through the fall. Because what lies deeper inside Jupiter challenges even our scientific understanding. Some researchers believe a dense core may exist, hotter than the surface of the sun. Others think the core may have partially dissolved, blending into the metallic ocean above it. Either way, the temperatures soar into tens of thousands of degrees. Matter itself begins to behave in unfamiliar ways. This is not just a descent through the atmosphere. It is a descent toward the limits of physics. And yet, here comes one of the greatest twists in this entire story. Despite being a symbol of chaos, Jupiter may also be one of Earth's greatest protectors. Its immense gravity acts like a shield, capturing or deflecting comets and asteroids that might otherwise threaten the inner planets. Many scientists believe that without Jupiter, catastrophic impacts on Earth might have been far more frequent, possibly too frequent for complex life to evolve. So the very giant that looks like hell from up close may be one of the reasons you are alive to hear this story. Power is not always the enemy. Sometimes it is the guardian standing between order and annihilation. Let that perspective settle into you. Fear and protection can come from the same source, but I haven't gotten comfortable yet. Now, imagine, for one final moment, that you have reached the deepest point your mind can follow. Not because a human could ever survive the descent, but because your imagination has carried you to the threshold where knowledge meets mystery. You began this journey high above Jupiter, watching it glow like a harmless lantern in the night. From far away it looked calm, almost welcoming, a masterpiece painted across the darkness. But the closer you came, the more the illusion dissolved. Beauty gave way to violence. Color concealed chaos. What appeared serene revealed itself as one of the most unforgiving environments in the entire solar system. And that is where Jupiter delivers its greatest lesson. Do not judge reality by appearances. How many times in life do we mistake something impressive for something safe? How often do we chase what looks powerful without understanding the forces beneath it? Jupiter reminds you that truth always runs deeper than the surface. If you had truly fallen toward that giant, gravity would have claimed you long before you understood what was happening. The storms would not pause for your fear. The lightning would not soften for your arrival. The pressure would not negotiate. Jupiter does not adapt to visitors. It does not bend. It simply is. And yet, instead of letting that thought frighten you, let it awaken something stronger inside you. Let it humble you, because humility is not weakness. Humility is clarity. It is the moment you recognize that you are part of something vast beyond comprehension. A universe that was unfolding billions of years before your first breath and will continue long after your last. Jupiter reduces human arrogance to silence. It reminds us that despite our inventions, our cities, our technology, we are still students of the cosmos. There are forces greater than our strength, mysteries deeper than our intelligence, and scales so enormous they stretch the limits of thought itself. But here is the paradox that makes this realization so powerful. The same universe that can destroy without noticing has also allowed you to exist within it. Think about the precision required for your life. You were born in a world positioned at exactly the right distance from its star, a planet with a magnetic field that shields you from radiation, an atmosphere you can breathe without effort, temperatures your body can survive, water that flows instead of freezes solid across the globe. And just beyond your cosmic neighborhood stands Jupiter, a giant whose gravity helps sweep away wandering threats, quietly reducing the number of catastrophic impacts that might otherwise have rewritten Earth's history again and again. The planet that looks like a gateway to hell is also part of the reason your world feels like home. Let that sink into you. Sometimes what appears terrifying is also protective. Sometimes the very forces that intimidate us are the ones holding chaos at bay. This is not just astronomy. This is perspective. Because once you truly grasp the scale and violence of the universe, your everyday worries begin to look different. The obstacles that feel enormous shrink when compared to storms larger than planets. The pressures that seem unbearable become lighter. When you remember there are worlds where pressure could crush steel like paper, Jupiter does not minimize your struggles. Instead, it strengthens you by reminding you how resilient life already is. After all, against the backdrop of such overwhelming power, you are here, conscious, capable of wonder, able to look into the night sky and not only see the universe but begin to understand it. Never underestimate how extraordinary that is. For most of cosmic history, there were no eyes to witness those swirling storms, no mind to ask questions, no voices to speak of what lay beyond the horizon. Then, in a small blue world, the universe became aware of itself through you. You are not separate from this vastness. You are an expression of it. The atoms in your body were forged in ancient stars that lived and died long before Jupiter ever formed. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen filling your lungs all began their journey in stellar furnaces. In a very real sense, when you look at Jupiter, the universe is looking at itself, and suddenly the fear transforms into awe. Because the story is no longer about falling helplessly into a giant planet. It is about rising into awareness of how rare, astonishing your existence truly is. Gratitude grows naturally from that realization. Jupiter is frightening not because it wishes harm, but because it reveals how powerful creation truly is. It strips away the comforting illusion that the cosmos is gentle, replacing it with something far greater. The truth that you are living inside a grand, dynamic, unstoppable universe. And rather than making your life feel small, that truth can make it feel profoundly meaningful. After all, rarity creates value. In a solar system filled with hostile worlds, you have been given one that nurtures life. In a cosmos of silence, you have been given a voice. In the presence of overwhelming forces, you have been given awareness. Do not waste that gift by sleepwalking through your days. Let Jupiter remind you to live with intensity, to stay curious, to keep learning, to look up more often, to measure your problems against the scale of the stars and realize that you are stronger than you think. Because courage is not the absence of vastness. It is the decision to stand tall within it. As our imagined fall comes to an end, one final truth emerges from the swirling depths below. The universe is not here to comfort you. It is here to awaken you. And once you are awake, everything changes. The sky is no longer just a backdrop. It becomes an invitation, a reminder that there is always more to discover, more to understand, more to marvel at. So walk forward with humility, but never with fear. Carry the awareness of how immense reality is, but also carry the certainty that you belong within it. Jupiter will continue to churn in silent fury for billions of years. Storms will rise and collapse. Lightning will flash across alien skies. The giant will remain what it has always been, powerful beyond imagination. But here you are in a small living world, able to witness it. And perhaps that is the most inspirational truth of all. You do not need to fall into the giant to understand its lesson. You only need to look up.